Hey guys, it's Hassy Trades here. Welcome to another video. In this video I will be showing you guys how to draw trend lines to help with your intraday trading. So guys, first of all I'm going to show you how not to draw a trend line. So if you look at this image here, it shows you the amount of trend lines we have on here. We have more than 7 to 8, 9 trend lines drawn in a short period. What does this lead to? This leads to something called analysis paralysis. Again, so when you're looking at the chart, you can't come up with a thesis. You can't come up with if you should be long or short. So that's not the way you draw your chart. So the best way is to keep it simple with this framework I'm about to show you. But let's start off with how would you actually draw a trend line. So in order to draw a trend line, first of all I recommend identifying the time frame. If I'm trading on the daily time frame, it doesn't make sense to draw trend lines on the lower time frames, as this won't have any impact on my entries and exits. So it's key for me to identify what time frames I would trade on based on my entries and exits intraday. So now that I'm identifying it, is I am an intraday trader, I am a day trader, I scalp using the 1 minute, but I analyze my charts using the 5 and 15 minute. So I will draw my trend lines using the 5, 15 and 1 minute chart just to get my entries and exits. I also make sure I zoom out of the chart. The reason being, it helps paint a bigger picture. I can easily identify price points and have a smaller chance of missing key areas. Again, this was if I do miss key areas, it can have an impact on my trading. Why can this have an impact? If I miss a major area of resistance and support using my trend line, I might get the wrong entry. Again, this will lead to hitting my stop loss, and this could lead to FOMO, having a red day, etc. So it's important for you to zoom out, make price action more obvious or more naked to the eye. Another key tip is make sure you identify your swing points, as this will be your bigger area of demand. So identify your swing lows and swing highs, and you could use this to form your trend line. Again, the more touches, the better. Why is this the case? If the trend line is showing more areas of support, that means there's a stronger chance we will bounce from this area. If you got 7 to 8 touches on the trend line, this means that trend line is a strong area of support, and it could be used for a bounce entry. Again, I like a minimum of 3 touches to help confirm price action, and this is when I'd start to identify a trend line. Now let's go over some charted examples. I'm going to actually start off with the SPY. Let's move on to the chart. But let's start off with SPY. First, let's look at the daily chart. If you look here, guys, the daily chart, I've not zoomed out yet. The price action is not as great. But once I zoom out, I get a more clear picture. See, guys, this is an area I'd miss out on. Again, this is an area. Let's zoom out a bit more. Again, it's just more clear, more obvious. And I won't miss as much areas of value. But let's start off by finding out swing highs. So I've identified my time frame, as I previously said. Now I've zoomed out. And now I want to look for my swing highs and swing lows. So let's just quickly find these areas for you guys. So got one here, another one just here. We've got another one forming just here. Again, these are your swing highs currently being formed. Now let's find our swing lows on this based on this chart. So our swing lows are just one here. That's the low. Another one just here, guys. Another one just here. Again, now I've identified my swing lows and swing highs. I'm going to look to draw a trend line. Try getting as many touches as possible, guys. And it's quite simple. 1, 2, 3. So that's confirming the trend line. Again, quite clear. So now, as we're still in this price action, the price action is still valid in this area. So what we're looking for is, as we're still in this area of 402, which we closed at today, I will be looking for a rejection of this trend line. If you get a rejection of this trend line, you can go short, because again, if you look at previous price action, it showed us that rejection, follow down, rejection, follow down, rejection, again made a new low, and again rejection. If you get rejection here, you could look for some puts back towards this 390 area, in my opinion, or even puts towards 370 if you believe the macroeconomics outweigh the technical analysis. So again, by showing you this, I've showed you I've got as many touches as possible. I've drawn the trend line showing you the touches. I've connected your swing points, highs and lows. I've zoomed out showing you a bigger picture, and I've defined my time frame. But let's go on to a small cap which we have traded this week, and I'll use my personal analysis. So again, let's switch over to the 15-minute chart. Let me just remove these drawings that I previously have drawn. But what we're identifying, guys, so we're defining our time frame. Again, I have done 15-minute chart. That is my time frame. That's my current time frame, and I've identified that. And now what am I going to move into, guys? Zooming out. Get the bigger picture. That's my bigger picture there. I like the swing high here, so I'm going to start from here. But knowing this, we are in an overall downtrend on the bigger time frames. So let's just look at the swing highs and swing highs. 1, 2, 3, and then just here 4. Let's find our swing lows. We find our swing lows now. Low, 2, 3. So we find our swing lows and swing highs. This is another swing high here. This is another swing high. Let's just see if we could connect our trends from here, from this area. If it does connect, so let's just see. Trend line, draw this. See how many touches you get. 1, 2, 3, and let's see how much it actually benefits. Okay, it's quite good, and the reason why is, guys, we got 1, 2, 3 touches. We dropped all the way back down, and then we tested this area and we broke out. We got that retest. So if you look here, guys, how significant this is for entry. So once we did break out, we got a nice retest in this zone. Let's just highlight it just here. We got our retest just here in this zone. That would be a nice entry, and then I got to move all the way towards 12. So from this 10.6 area all the way up until 11.9, $12. Again, that would have been a nice scalp entry for us on the lower time frames. And again, this trend line, again, it acted as an area of support, guys. Just look here. Just look here, guys. We acted as an area of support. Again, push back down, and we're still acting as an area of support. And I could highlight more areas. Look, another time. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 times just there, and even this area is still in this motion. And again, now let's look at if you could draw a trend line with this within this trend. Again, we did. So we got, let's just show you here. 1, 2 touches, 3 touches, 4 touches, 5 touches, broke out, came back, retested, bang, went all the way to 8.25, and now we're making high lows. Let's draw a downtrend from here and see if we could get a nice trend line. Again, we've got a nice trend line, red trend line drawn here now as well. So 1 touch, 2 touch again, 3 touch, 4 touches. If you could bounce off here into next week and reclaim this area between 8.25, this will see a move back towards 8.66, and we'll continue to make higher lows. If we break down, we'll be looking for like a 7.6 to 7.7 area, which we need to bounce from. Confirmation could be a nice entry for a potential swing. But yeah, guys, you get the point. I'm looking for as many touches as possible. I'm zooming out of the chart. I want to connect the swing points, highs and lows, and that's how I draw my trend lines. You could even do this on the 1 minute. The 1 minute will probably be more volatile, of course, because it is a lower time frame and the areas of support and resistance won't be as strong. But you could also do this on the 1 minute chart. But I prefer doing it on the higher time frames just because it probably be more important in terms of price action. But it's also possible to do on the 1 minute, which I do intraday on a daily basis. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I do believe I covered a lot of key areas today on these trend line tips and tricks. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next video for sure. Have a good evening, weekend. Thank you, guys.